Everything, welcome to the Mancunian Way. I hope you are all well. My name is Martin. I'm your host, and we are joined by Pat. Good morning, mate. Happy Mother's
Hello,
Day.
Martin. Hello, everyone. I'm sure we're all feeling relatively good about ourselves after this performance.
Happy Mother's Day, mate, and to everyone else celebrating around the world.
Yeah, to you and yours as well. Thank you, mate. Thank you very much.
We've done Mother's Day. March for us. Done.
Okay.
2 months ago, our Mother's Day.
Okay.
Don't know why ours has actually been so early this year.
Oh, no. Yours is in March. Ours is like September, October.
Yeah, it's mad.
Yeah.
Well, when's yours?
It's like September, October. It's
today.
Yeah. No, Mother's Day's today. I think you're talking about Father's Day.
No, Mother's Day.
Yeah. No, our Father's Day in Australia is like September, October or something like that.
Father's Day's June or July, usually. Mother's Day's March.
No, I'm sure. Yeah, I know Mother's Day's the same, but Father's Day's different between yours and mine.
Right, let's get into it. Obviously, Manchester City have gone to Craven Cottage, and Josko has been on the doubles, turning into a real old scoring machine. We'll get into it. Good afternoon, good evening, Alec. How are you, mate? DC's in the building. How are you? Michael Feener, thank you, mate. Michael Feener's comments haven't come up, which is a bit weird. Neither is Mingy Wong's. Don't know what's happened there, gentlemen. I do apologise, but for some weird reason, Mingy Wong's and and Michael Feeney's comments have not come up. I don't know why. That is weird. They've not even come up on. I'm just looking now. They've come up on YouTube. No. Where have they gone? That's weird. That is really weird. I don't know what's happened there. My apologies, Mingy Wong and Michael Feeney and everyone else who commented earlier. That's a bit of a glitch. I'll sort that out. Good evening, Peasy. How are you? Evening Blues. What a performance by the boys. We have got a great one with Josko. It's amazing what a little bit of time and patience does. Saeed's meltdown today. Classic goldfish 2-1 melt. Yeah. Was great to see the old Diaz back today. Diaz was exceptional today. And a lot of people, I won't say doubted, but said he couldn't play in that system, including me. Thought he was a bit too slow. My apologies, Ruben Diaz. You proved me wrong. You are a legend, sir. Absolute stonewater performance today from old Ruben. Still thought he was an amazing defender. I just thought he'd struggle in this system, but proved me wrong today, which I love to be proved wrong. The more I see next year's away kit, the more I love it. Josko Gavardio, what a beauty. We're going to talk about that first goal. Because anyone who calls City boring, what's that first goal? Yes. Great win today, says Stephanie. Spot on. Brilliant performance. Let's speak Spurs now. And you were worried about goal difference. We're only 2 behind. Caribbean Racer, all out to you, mate. I'm loving the Rodri Cover combo. Do you know what? I'm loving this 6-6 combo. I'm loving it. And if I don't read much into body language, but Mr. Bruno Guimaraes was a bit emotional today. Very emotional.
It's been emotional.
Was that a goodbye? We don't know. We will see in about 4 weeks. Newcastle fans will come in and tell me I'm talking crap. He's bought an house. He does that every game, etc. But he did look a bit emotional at the end. Was that a goodbye? Guess we'll see if City trigger the clause. We're not there yet, but we're close. No, we're not there yet. So we're not champions yet. We're not there yet. Shit, just realised match of the day started at 10 and a half past. Could win the league on Tuesday. Results go our way. We will be back if Arsenal win. Sorry, if Arsenal don't win tomorrow, I may do something tomorrow. I think LB's doing a show earlier, doing a panel show, so I'll see what time that gets done, if I'm on it. And if not, we will go afterwards, pending on the results. If Arsenal win, there's no point. But if Arsenal drop points, the thumbnail's an easy one. All roads lead to Spurs. That's it. Man City have been informed that the Barca will not sign Cancelo. It's a loan deal. City wants to offload Sadio, but another loan they want rid. They do, but they might have to do a loan, Craig. They might have no choice on it. Nobody's willing to put money in the pocket and shout Cancelo. Part of the reason is they're $250,000 a week. Say don't want to be whacked up on his wages. I thought that ages ago they were struggling to get anyone to come in with any real money.
Your microphone's a little bit iffy.
Pardon?
Your microphone was a little bit iffy there for a second.
I know it's gone so much. I've been perfect on every other show and then gone weird on here. I don't know why.
Yep.
Big up Craig. Hello, Elder in section DC. By the way, one thing I do want to say, if you were at Craven Cottage today, big up yourselves. Best away fans in the world. They were outstanding today. You could hear it from start to finish. Amazing.
As I said, if we can hear it on TV here, you know it was loud. You know it was
what an away end that was. Big up yourselves. Bernardo so now unlikely to join Barca who could not afford his fee nor even pay. Yes, it is got to be one in, one out. So if they want to spend 50 million, they've got to sell 50 million. He's basically in and out. But I know Bernardo has reiterated again this week that he is keen. Mike Minay was right. He is keen on going. It's just, but City will not accept less than 50 million. Not even a penny less. It's 50 million or go away. So there you go. Bring Cancelo back and not play him. He can't do that. He's on $250,000 a week, Sean. Still got to pay him his wages. And that does get included.
No, but Sean's making a point there because he's about it, because I think the under 15s are as mature as he is.
No, but the problem is you've got it is down to FFP.
Of course, yeah, I know that. But
we can't just bang him somewhere and go rot.
Yeah.
And he would take a place in the squad as well.
Well, let's be honest, we don't know if we can take a spot because we've got a certain Croatian centre-back doing his job now.
Well, he's on the contract with City, so that's the problem.
Yeah.
Bernardo is seriously considering Benfica return this summer as part of a swap deal. I presume you mean the João Neves. I'll stay at City 2 years and leave. I'd be really upset. I'll be honest with you. If you're left on a free, I'd be upset. Because that means you're just kicking the can down.
But you wouldn't be... You'd still be happy though 3 years of Bernardo Silva.
You're not going to get 3 years. His contract is up in 2026.
No, but I'm referring to like the contract renewal. We've already had one of those 3 years.
Yeah, but it wasn't. It was only an extra year. People think it was an extra 3 year deal. It was an extra year on top.
Yeah.
But
no, I'm just of the thought that if he goes well into his 30s, that's okay for me because
then that's fine. But then nobody won't.
Yeah.
But then you won't sign any. You'll only sign one midfielder.
Yeah.
So your squad wouldn't get the refresh it requires.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's my point. It's not. They're not going to sign 2 midfielders on top of keeping Bernardo Silva. Something has to give. This is what I mean. And you got to remember in 2 years' time, if the FFP goes the way it's going, can we afford to allow Bernardo out the door for free and then sign 100 million players to bring him in? Because remember, if the FFP rules come in that they want to play with, City will not be able to spend the money that they think they can. So that's my point. I understand people want to keep him, but from an FFP standpoint, we would be better selling him and buying someone now because you've got more leeway to spend this summer than you have in the next year.
No, I agree. I agree with that. I was just thinking, well, if you can't get the 50 million now, then you might as well get the most out of him and play because, like you said, if we don't get him for the 50 million,
listen, he was fabulous today.
You just feel like.
But then he has to shut his mouth completely, Pat. He's got to shut his mouth. I can't be doing this every season. He's reiterating.
I've seen it before, mate. I'm frustrated that every summer window is always the main talking point is will Bernardo stay or will he go? It seems to flood our headlines more than any new signings that we have. It is frustrating. I totally
People
get
think
that
I'm angry at Bernardo because I hate him. I don't. He's a class player. I want him to stay. I love him. My issue is again this week he's reiterated he wants to leave. We know. Don't have to keep reminding.
Yeah. Like stop stating the obvious, like we know. Like
good evening, SOS. How are you? I'm trying to get through all the comments. Arsenal fans about meltdown after seeing the way Spurs performed today. They won though, and that actually goes in our favour for me. And now we've got to hope Villa beat Liverpool, and then it's basically dead rubber for Tottenham on Tuesday because Newcastle have dropped points, Chelsea won. It's over to United. United have now got something to play for tomorrow.
I think Villa just need to get a point though, don't they? I think they only need a point.
They could do with a win.
Okay.
Because the thing is, Tottenham have got the Sheffield United game as well to fall back on. There's a kick in.
Yeah. And Villa,
I'm saying we're winning against Tottenham. I'm trying to get tickets for Tottenham if I can. I'm begging everyone to know. I'm begging everyone to know at the moment. Silva will stay. And that's fine, but then he has to keep his mouth shut, FIFA. Paqueta is unlikely as the investigation has been cleared and sitting close to moving on if it isn't resolved in 2 weeks. I know Paqueta are looking at West Ham and Paqueta more threatening legal action on the FA because they want it cleared. Because part of the reason is City have said to his agent, we will move on, which I said weeks ago. Good evening, Dudley. How are you, mate? Alan will be back next week. He's just dealing. It's his dad's birthday and he's spending time with his mother today, with it being Mother's Day. City will look to sign a CDM as first priority before any positions. Rodri needs someone to play with, and in place of as nearly 130 games, 2 seasons with internationals. We had a very intriguing conversation about John Stones last night, which was someone was talking about retiring him from England, which like, nope, shouldn't be doing that. Good evening, section. I'm just trying to get through everyone and then we get on to it. Right. Hello. Yeah, get these likes from everyone. Hello, Spence, Mark. Hello, Julia. We all live or are we live or we all just wriggling? What? I don't get that joke. Sorry, don't get that joke. At the moment, Savio cannot rejoin Girona due to some get. Yes, that is right. He's likely to be impressed in summer friendlies. Yes, I also got told don't rule out a potential Mateus Nunes to right wing back for next season. But that's a different. We'll move on to that on another stream. Good evening, Powder Oaks. Hey mate, I wish I don't drink as much. I'll be ordering a double in 10 days when I'm in Greece. Have I told you I'm going to Greece, Pat?
No, you haven't. You haven't said it apart from several times on every single body stream. Yeah, for the last.
Does everyone know I'm going to Greece?
He's talking about the country too, not what he puts in the frying pan.
Evening. Do you think we can get away with a draw at Spurs now? No. Don't. I wouldn't even go into that realm of thinking win only. Martin, my second is blocked as well. Names what? What do you mean sub 2? Not seen you in a while. How are you doing, mate? What do you mean? What do you mean your second's blocked? Explain what you mean. Sorry, mate.
Maybe he's got a second channel.
Have you got a second account or have you been cloned? I don't know. Right, let's get into it then, Pat, and then we'll carry on with the one thing I was going to do. Couple of super chats, which are amazing. I'm out with the £2. I'm already hyperventilating, thinking of Spurs. Don't worry. Dr. Footy's coming. Thank you so much. Yokohama, 90 minutes away from champions of Asia.
Yeah, came back from 1-0 against Al Ain to get a 2-1 lead going into heading back to the Middle East.
Send João Cancelo out to Yokohama.
You see, you'll find this interesting. Do you know who is manager of Yokohama?
Who?
Harry Kuehl.
His missus is fit.
Well, I wasn't getting to that. Unlike you, I'm still talking about football.
Sorry.
Okay. DC, sort him out.
I did like a little bit of Sherry Murphy. Did like a little bit of her.
Yeah.
Dr. Footy, thank you for becoming a YouTube member. You are a superstar, mate. Thank you so much. And for the super chat as well. Very, very generous of you. And Massum's come in with a £2. Evening, gents. What is a Josko Gavardio? A scoring legend is what the man is. Right, let's get into it.
Back in the league.
I'm just going to reset my Wi-Fi. Give me 1 minute. Because my Wi-Fi is playing games. Can you just hold the fort?
Yeah. All good.
Right, I'm back. Right, I think I'm out. So I've got a new booster pod. You want to see it? Right, let's get into it then. So City today went to Fulham at 12:30, and our lineup was little bit different. There was a couple of changes, but the system was predominantly the same, which was always good. Why is this? What's going on here with my computer? Pat, can you get the 11 up? My computer's having a moment. What's it doing?
Oh, hang on. Mr. Reliable call.
Can anyone want to see a live? Hang on, right. I've sorted it. Jesus, thank you. Right, Edison, Akanji, Gavadio, Ruben Diaz, he's a number 3. Nathan Ake, Mateo Kovacic, Rodri, Bernardo Silva, Erling Haaland, KDB, and Phil Foden. So Ruben Diaz was the one who came in for a Kyle Walker. On the bench was Kyle Walker, John Stones, Jeremy Doku, Stefan Ortega, Julian Alvarez, Sergio Gomez, Mateus Nunes, Oscar Bob, and Rico Lewis. Jack Grealish was out due to the dreaded sickness bug. It was his turn to get it. What did you think of that lineup, mate?
About as strong, about as good as it could be. I did have a thought that maybe Kyle Walker should have started just because of what Anthony Robinson and Willian can offer going down their left-hand side. And they kind of proved it for that first 10 minutes or so, didn't they? Because they were trying to ping long balls. They were trying to catch, Akanji on flat-footed from time to time. It was one of those. It was with Fulham. It was one of those situations where I think they were just trying to catch us off guard early. Because again, I think the biggest thing everybody was fearing leading into this game was if Fulham score first, they've got something to hold on to. So, I could see why that was their plan of attack. But then as soon as Kyle Walker came on, it's just that just shut down their entire left side attack basically. But besides from that, it was just about as strong as I wanted it to be. I had no idea Jack Grealish was sick until he told me. So, look, I can't really take much away from the lineup and what they were offering, and everything was good. I know we're going to go on about it, but with Guardiola, the way he was playing, and it wasn't even just it was pretty much from that first goal onwards. We'll probably get to it when we get into analysis of the goal, but you'll notice how he was such a threat that he actually basically changed the formation for Fulham probably within minutes of him scoring that first goal anyway. Yeah. So I was going to go on about it, but I'm sure we'll go into a bit of detail about it anyway. But overall, sorry,
Walker for Diaz. That was the only change, and that was a big change for some.
Yeah, look, there's been a little bit of talks about us, and I'll admit myself too that there was a little bit of concerns as is Diaz going to fit this system? But he proved it today. But also too, a back three is able to maneuver a lot easier when they're playing on a smaller pitch. It is a factor. You've got to factor that in as well. Sorry,
I'll be honest with you. I didn't think he'd do 3-5-2 today. I didn't think he'd throw out that system.
He's always done a back three at Craven, though, man. He's always done back three.
I know, but I was always because the pitch is so narrow, and it was a hot day. I thought he's not going to play with the width. He's going to go a bit more narrow, and he'll try and go through the middle more.
Yeah, but also too, I was thinking just because they'd said before the game that the pitch was going to be dry. I think he'd be more inclined to have more midfielders because you want a bit more close in passing because the long passing game is going to be a little bit hindered because the ball's not going to be travelling as fast. So I think if you put more bodies in midfield, you're able to play a bit more 1-2s and a bit better link-up play as well. So I think for me, the game called for a back three, and I look at it and I'm like, it's a shame to see Nathan Ake go off, and he was playing all right up until the injury, but I just think when you looked at the way they opened the game and everything was going down their left-hand side, it was more a game that Kyle Walker needed to start in, to be honest. I'm sure Akanji would have done a decent job, and he appeared to be doing a decent job, but yeah, Kyle Walker kept Anthony Robinson quiet basically as soon as he came.
Figure out the Wi-Fi. It's my background. My background's slowing the Wi-Fi down. My green screen. Because I didn't want to see my fan in the background. I've got a fan going on because it's damn warm. It's too bloody warm.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, your fan. I thought you were going about something else.
Not my only fans. That's later on.
There you go. That's his only fans. Yeah, That's the only fan he's got.
Hot tub streams.
Yeah.
3,800 bucks. I've got to say, you all said it. Danny's on his way back. The away fans today, applaud yourselves. Listen, no Gallagher, you're a bit of a miserable sod not joining in with the Poznan, though. Come on. What's that crap about?
That's an iconic photo. They've just seen that. He's going to make that as an album cover. I bet you would make it as an album cover.
Mark Goldbridge was like, "Oh, look at me. At least he's got class." Oh, piss off, you dickhead. Mark Goldbridge is like the scum of football. Absolute scum. The guy goes on about boring football, boring City. But you weren't bored when United were winning 9 out of the first 11. Oh, sorry, you were a Nottingham Forest fan then. So get back in your box, you fake guy. Did
you hear the City fans at the end? Or even at the end, the City fans were singing "Boring, Boring City."
Yeah, and Mark Goldbridge is the biggest scammer in world football. He's very good at YouTube, but he scams people, and it annoys me. He lies, and the guy's a cretin. The guy's a cretin. I'd love to have a 5-minute football debate on him because I'd destroy him in 5 minutes. Because unlike him, I go to games, and I've done for many, many years. I don't pretend to support a football club to make money off it.
All right, man, bring it back. Don't forget
to
breathe. Don't forget to breathe. I'll turn this into an ASMR channel.
It's fans like him that give YouTubers a bad name. Even if he gets stuck in, and the trouble is, idiots follow him and believe what he says.
Sorry. Yeah.
No, I don't think Cancelo will come in. Anyway, the first 10 minutes of the game, I thought we looked a bit dodgy.
Yeah, look, I think it was Fulham were trying to make us unsettled. It did feel like it took us a few minutes to get into the game. And to be honest, we're still trying to get into the game up until Josko Gvardiol decided to turn into bloody, I don't know, prime Roberto Carlos or something like that. Because I think we need to get into that goal. Because I was going mental in the group chats back here when that goal went in.
Because Craig, I'll explain. Alex said, love Bernardo Silva, but David Silva never kept begging to leave the football club year after year after year. That's the difference. There's a way of leaving, Craig, for me. It's just my opinion, but I think Bernardo Silva was getting to the point of disrespect. That's my point. I don't think you need to keep reiterating that you're keen on leaving. We know. I'm just bored of the same story year in, year out, Craig. That's all it is for me. Doesn't mean I hate him as a player. He's a world-class player, but we get you want to leave. You don't need to keep reminding us. I felt sorry for Nathan Aki when he went off. Because I thought, damn. But I've got to say, I thought Robinson was causing us problems down our right, their left.
Yep.
And I think there's been too much said on disrespect on Kyle Walker. And I think Kyle Walker, yes, has he had his brain fart moments this season? 100%. Has it all been his fault? No. Has it also been because of Pep Guardiola's system? Yes. But I think Kyle Walker made us a lot more secure today down our right and their left.
Yep. No, you're right, mate. They just Robinson just seemed to move back and play way more defensively when Kyle Walker was there. Like he didn't want to take him on.
Cancelo stays, no one will get him. It's not a point of that. The problem is someone has to loan him. They'll just loan him out FIFA. They can't pay the guy $250,000 a week. It goes against our FFP and not use him. You got to remember the wage aspect, FIFA. He's on $250,000 a week. That's $1 million a month. That's 12 million quid a month on your FFP back out for someone you're not going to use. That is a chunk of cheddar cheese back the other way. No update on the Ake injury at all. Let's talk about that first goal. Just talk me through it, because what a goal, son.
Just what can you say? What can you say about the man? It was just, I believe the first pass was just a good old spray ball out to Kovacic, who's caught Gvardiol on the front foot, and he's just run like he's just run like Usain Bolt. He's just cut in around Castagna, passed it in a bit of a 1-2 with De Bruyne, and then he's And then he's basically taken the ball to where he's taking the ball where it's forced him to cut inside and drag 2 defenders away from him to just open up. And then he's just hit the ball at a time where, I think the commentary said he took the shot a bit earlier than I think Bernd Leno was expecting. I think for that reason it wrong-footed him, because Bernd Leno was looking to go to the left, and by the time he was favouring the save on his left-hand side, Gvardiol's just placed it to his right, just away from his grasp, and it was just a beautiful goal. Like if a number 7, like a proper out-and-out winger, scores that, especially if it's any of the top 6 sides, they're all going absolutely crazy. Yeah, but this is a 22-year-old centre back that's doing these sort of things, and it's so surprising, but it's also so refreshing, and it just shows the quality of what Pep Guardiola can actually do with players. He can make them play outside their comfort zone and do things that they may not have done since they're probably a junior, but since they're probably a kid. Because when you're a kid, you can probably play every single position, But that was just unreal. I said to the guys, that was absolute football pornography. Just the way that the link-up play, Kovacic just to feed the ball out there just at the right time, just the momentum he had running at their defenders, and then just the 1-2 cuts in, the space just opens up for him, and it was just so calm. It was just so calm when he put it away.
Yeah, no,
absolutely brilliant goal.
The play, and then that ball through from Kevin De Bruyne was just outstanding. I'm trying to catch up with the comments. I'm way behind here. Things it gone. I'm way behind. Just come to it. I think people have misunderstood my point on. They've totally misunderstood my point on Bernardo Silva. Because I'm not saying about. I know he's full amortized. I get that. The point I'm making is you're letting him go for free, and then you have to spend 100 million to get his class back in. No, I understand he hasn't. He said he would. Yeah, my point is he's reiterated that he's keen on leaving. Not that I've always said someone has to pay the 50 million, Craig. I said that earlier on. So you're not going to accept less than 50 million quid, not even a penny less. My point is, I don't need to be told he's reiterated it again. I know he wants to go, Craig. I just think, it's my opinion, I just find it a little bit disrespectful to the point.
It's a case of like Bernardo now. It's like, mate, just tell us something we don't know.
Bernardo, no, but I know. I totally agree with Craig. I get you. On the going out part, he's fully amortized. But for him to go out, you've got to bring someone in. I'd rather get 50 for him, and that's 50 towards his replacement, than he goes for free and you don't bring someone in. It all depends on these new FFP rules, whether they get voted in June. If they get voted in June, we will have less money after this summer. And I don't think we've got the money back out on the academy to bring in like we have done in the past. Just my opinion on it. Obviously, then we sweated up until half time. 1-0. Was you a bit 1-0 at half time's not enough? Or did you think no? Because some were a bit nervous at half time. I went to space listening. Some were a bit nervous.
I get it, but if there's a fine line now between concern and cityitis, because you think like, we had such a good grip on the game, but then everybody was looking at, Fulham haven't had a single shot on goal. And you just think like, here we go. They give them one chance, they'll probably bury it. So I can understand why people probably had their concerns, but I think we put those concerns to bed pretty quickly in the second half. Because the way we played, you can tell straight off the bat when we started the second half, we played with a much better tempo than we did in the first half. And I think that was just because we sort of been able to get over the dry pitch sort of thing. Because Fulham did that again, they didn't water the pitch, so that was going to be a factor for us as well. Look, I wasn't too concerned. I just felt like we were easily doing enough to keep them quiet. For the remainder of the first half after the first goal. The only thing too is with Fulham was like I thought they defended reasonably well. I thought the midfield was probably the highlight of their performance. But their attack was already on the beach. I mean, Munoz didn't have much. Willian really didn't have much when Walker came on, because Anthony Robertson just wasn't willing to take him on, going forward. João Palhinha tried to have a good game, and they were the only ones that really stood out for me, was just their midfield. The defense was average at best, but the attack looked like they're already on the beach. They just didn't. It was like as if they didn't fancy trying to score against us. Like as if if they scored against us, it was going to piss us off, and then we'll go score and bag another 3 or something.
Adama Traore come on. Saw a load of City fans in a panic button when they saw it. AB Oil man came on and they all went, because that 1 year, it was one season where he was amazing at the Etihad and amazing at Molineux, and then after that, I don't think he's been great against us. I think he just had a very good year 1 year against us, a good 2 games.
Yeah.
But their only chance really, because they only barely had one, was probably he got down the line, lovely ball through, and
when Munoz tried to flick it around or something, and he would have made better contact. But if you actually have a look at the cross from Adama Traore, Akanji gets just enough on it to put Munoz
that was the one
where he just scraped his boots, and Edison's just cleaned it up. Yeah.
Well, we're going to talk about Akanji as well, because man, that guy's a man monster. Yo,
isn't he?
What a man monster! What a man monster he is.
Should have had a goal too.
Oh, Craig's got an exclusive. This is a bit of an exclusive news. City this week spoken with the agent of Keylor Navas to sign him out in a moving case or taking a leave City for good. Yes, still has not signed that 2-year deal. Navas available on a free, nothing advanced yet. There you go. Would you have a bit of Keylor Navas in number 2?
Solid addition. Nothing wrong with Navas. And I think most City fans wouldn't mind having a Navas back in the squad, would they?
Diaz is still too slow, Martin. Wasn't showing up today. It was a small ground. Yeah, but I thought he was really good today, Pardo. I know what you're saying, and maybe we'll have to see it on Tuesday. I'm intrigued more about the John Stones situation at the moment, because maybe it's my blinkers, because I love John Stones is one of my favourite ever City players of all time.
Same.
I just thought he played a lot more minutes than what he's ever done over the last 3 or 4 years. He's only on just over 1,000 minutes this season, which is mad. Mad. But I just pray he gets himself sorted out in terms of I think he's just one of them people where his body is not keeping up with him, sadly.
Yeah, it's like play 1 game, you got to rest him for 3.
Yeah, calm down. Pat will not be on it. Once keep an eye now is how expected. Yes, he's still got 2 years. June the 7th, stay or leave. Martin would cut Mr. Goldbridge, Cringebridge, whatever. Yeah, no, I told you he hasn't got the balls to go up against City fans. He just hasn't. Today proved to me that Fulham's kites were more like hot air. I've noticed all the media have stirred up hands. Now he's had his pride stabbed. He's up for City on Tuesday. Suppose he will. Obviously, we got the second. What did you think of that, mate? Because obviously, Philly Foden, lovely run down the right. Great challenge by Paulinho. I will give. Was it Paulinho?
Mm.
Paulinho.
Well, before that, I'd say it was really good play from Bernardo Silva. Just being able to time the collection of the ball where he knew Robinson was going to commit to trying to get the ball off him or try and intercept the ball before he did. And then next thing you know, he's just got around and turned on the afterburners. As you said, yeah, good challenge / block from Paulinho, but then Foden just turns on a dime, weak foot, and just tucks it away. It was a really, really nice finish.
Yeah, I thought Phil Foden, 25 goals?
It's got to be, yeah.
Jesus, the man just comes on, man of the moment. I don't want to go into too much about the Akanji miss, because I thought in the first half, I should have ended it and not kicked it over. The Haaland miss, I thought Haaland, see, this is my issue with Haaland this season. Because Haaland was having a whinge map, and this is my point. The fans want Haaland to do what he did today and get involved in the play, track back, come into midfield, or they want him to score. I don't think he's ready yet to do the both jobs. from a scoring aspect today, I thought it wasn't very good. That one, especially in the second half, that he missed.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think he got his feet tangled up. Should have been buried.
To me, it almost looked like it was a combination of he didn't know whether to try and shoot or if he was trying to actually dink it over Leno. Because Leno did get low pretty quickly when Haaland got the ball. So it looked like he was caught between trying to do one or the other.
Yeah, but he was unmarked. It was a nice ball from Kevin.
Yeah.
Come on, mate. I'd have put my mortgage on that going in.
True.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't worry now, mate, because we've got a false 3 scoring goals for us now, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. And then Bernardo, by the way, with a peach of a ball from old Bernardo himself and Josko Gavardio. How does he hit that first time, keep it that low and that accurate from that angle?
Do you know what it reminds me of? Remember that goal that Bernardo snuck past De Gea at Old Trafford?
Oh, good. Yeah.
Had no right to slip that through the keyhole and yet somehow does it. I mean, probably Bernardo's goal was more spectacular because there was a much tighter angle. But still, I mean, that ball's coming in from Bernardo at pace. And he's just stuck the left boot out to put to the other smart thing he did was Gavardio's played it straight into the ground as well too. He hasn't tried to play it like an aerial shot where there's a chance of like it actually rebounding off Leno and not going in. He's played it straight into the ground. Leno didn't have enough time to react, and it's just snuck in. It was fantastic. But yeah, as soon as I saw it went in, it just reminded me of that Bernardo goal against United from a few seasons back.
Yeah,
and there was a delayed reaction as well too from everybody.
Yeah, I just thought it was an exquisite finish from Josko Gavardio. People look at that and they think, oh, because it's close to the goal, it's an easy opportunity. And it really isn't. It's one of the hardest things to do is keep that ball so low. The pace and the accuracy that he brought it in at, I just thought was superb from what a ball, a world-class ball from Bernardo Silva and a world-class finish from Josko Gavardio.
Just shows the quality of player that we got because he can score two completely different goals. And they can be different dynamics of goals and that, and yet they're just as impressive as each other.
Hang up. There's 240 people now on the stream virtually. We only have 115 likes. Come on, people. It's your channel.
No, we've got to keep it at 115. You know what we're like.
Yeah, we do like a 115, but we've had a dislike, so we're kind of down at 114. Come on, get them likes up because generally, the more likes, the more it comes to your channel, and the more channel it grows. Your channel, come on, let's get it going. That'd be amazing. Give it a big thumbs up. And if you are new, please hit that subscribe button as well. We are less than 200 from 4,000 subs, and we're trying to get there by the end of the season. If we can get there before the end of the season, that'd be amazing. Regarding Miguel, it has been a little quiet. Wages were agreed with AG in April. Madrid have the thing. Yes, Madrid. I've not heard Madrid. Madrid are still waiting at the minute, Craig, is what I've heard. I don't know if you've heard anything. It's
do you think all their time and energy is focused on making sure Mbappe comes through the door?
I think, Madrid have got a deadline, and I think they've got every right to go up to the last day of that deadline.
Fair enough.
Because unlike Yankutu, he's not our player. Yankutu is our player. The trouble is with Yankutu, he's rejecting contracts. That's the problem. We also need to talk about, by the way, KDB, who is now the second all-time assists.
Yeah, he was getting close to second. He was getting close to passing.
I think there's only Ryan Giggs ahead of him now.
Yeah. Was it Fabregas he was just waiting to pass, or?
Yeah. I think it's Fabregas, I believe Fabregas and Giggs.
Yep.
I don't care about the price. No, listen, from a fan's point, Charlotte, I 100% get you. I'm thinking of the FFP. It all depends if these new rules come in June, because City will have less money to spend, Charlie. And to replace a Bernardo, you're looking at £100 million outlay. I'd rather get 50 towards that. I'm thinking from the business perspective as well there, Charlie. Do I think Rodri and Kovacic will play again next season? The thing I got told was, and I don't know if Craig will know this or back this up, the thing I got told is Pep will not have definite starters. It will be earn your place next season. Certain players have been told their role, and there'll be less of a, how do I put it, they'll play less than what they probably want. Some know that. And some will be given the option as well to what they want to do. But it will be earn your spot next season. Nobody's going to be guaranteed their spot. So everyone's going to have to damn well hard. Can I explain how Gvardiol in his first is one part of the Grealish Prem tally, etc.? Because they play different roles, Joe. Joe, let's stop the Grealish agenda, mate. Grealish and Gvardiol don't play the same role, mate. This role didn't exist under Gvardiol when Grealish played. Got to look at tactics, Joe. No update from last week's news, which was Pepper's agreeing in principle to move forward on a one-year rolling contract. It is dependent on the summer business and his chat with his family. Yep. Spot on. Bruno Guimaraes, Pep wants. I don't mind the half-time reel. It got until last 20. I'll be getting a bit edgier. There you go. And then obviously we got the fourth goal. I'm going to ask. Penalty? Or was it a bit dubious?
Yeah.
I'm going to ask.
Penalty, yeah. Late challenge. You just, it's just rash challenge into pretty much the back of Alvarez. And that's got to be that's a Premier League record now. Something like 8 or 9 fixtures now we've had a penalty in this. Yeah. We've played, it's like crazy or something,
FedEx, I'm not bothered who the bigger club is. I'm not bothered. It doesn't bother me who the bigger clubs are, etc., etc. It really is. It just doesn't bother me, mate. But thank you for asking. Pep won't sign extension after summer window at the earliest, but he'll not leave. Say yes, he will never break his contract. Said that early on. He will stay for his length of his contract. But they are hoping he'll stay. Targets, always a bag of nerves. Alvarez's penalty was class, by the way. What a finish. 4-0. By the way, have you noticed we're starting to rack up clean sheets?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people have said our clean sheets are not there. I don't know. I just think the system suits us.
Well, 2 more clean sheets. We end up with the same goals conceded tally as we did last season. So, not too bad for a team that was leaking 3 and 4 at the start of the season.
Spot on. I just think
bad at all.
Because one thing I want to give Pep credit for is which manager changed his system 5-6 games before the end of a season on a title.
Yeah,
there's set of bollocks that are on Pep for doing that.
Well, since we got knocked out of the Champions League by Real Madrid, we played 5. We've played 5 matches and 4 of them we've had clean sheets. With the only game being Wolves, and we conceded 1 from kind of an Edison error.
I'm by the way, Matt, I need to clarify this. I'm not disrespecting Bernardo as a player. He's amazing. He's outstanding. Please, Matt, people need to listen. I've never said he's a bad player. He has been amazing for us. My issue is a personal one of stop telling me you want to leave. I know you want to leave. Yeah. People say that they're allowed their opinion. I'm allowed my opinion as well as a fan.
Yeah. It's easy to look at Bernardo with your heart and not your head. You just got to.
My whole point here is
we want Bernardo to be a 10-year. We want Bernardo to be a 10-year player, but if he wants to go home, if he wants, we respect his wishes, but at the same time, we're not a bloody charity.
Yeah, to my point, but it doesn't mean I think he's shit or he should get out the door. If I had a wife or you had a husband and they were like, every year, think we should break up, think we should break up, think we should break up. And you keep asking him to stay and keep going, because they keep staying with you because there's no better offers. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. I'm not saying it's because he's a bad player. Jack, plan is first and quickly sign a CDM, which hopefully will be Bruno. But you'll know about Bruno in about 3 weeks because that clause is from the end of May to the end of June. That will be done. If Bruno gets done, be done quickly. The only problem is Bruno is not sure about leaving Newcastle. But what I will show you is this was Bruno at the end of the game today. This was Bruno at the end of the game today. After the 1 each against Brighton. So, we don't know. It's up to Bruno, and we've got to be respectful to Newcastle as well. It's up to them. So I'm not going to do the Arsenal. We want Isaac. Isaac doesn't have a release clause. Bruno does. It's down to the player then. Hello, Damesh. How are you, mate? Evening, lads. Shame about Aki getting injured, but the squad strength we have, everyone will play their part. Listen, you're always going to get 1 or 2 little niggles at this time in the season. Who was your man of the match, mate? Because I had 2, Gavardio or Bernardo. To my point, I was giving Bernardo was one of my man of the matches, so it's not like I'm not saying shit.
Yeah, I was going to say Gavardio with honourable mentions to Bernardo and Diaz.
See, Stevens here, why would you play Stone instead of Akanji on Tuesday? Well, Akanji was immense today as well. I don't know. It's a weird one, that.
Damesh, can you pick the score against Spurs, please? I need extra spending money for my trip coming up next week.
Thank you. You don't care about the what? Nobody cares. Are you saying that as a City fan or a non-City fan, Dijash? Nobody cares about City. Nothing they accomplish will hold any weight. Focus on the 115. Well, I don't want to be saying that as a Saki City fan or as a salty rival. You don't care if you're a salty rival, but you come into a City channel and comment about it. Big up yourself. Bernardo always steps up in big games or the running. He thrives on pressure games. Spot on. Stones gets City's favorite player. I think Paulinho would be great in the City team. He would be the most ball recoveries in the league, so it'd be a good Rodri backup and can play with Rodri if needed, but wouldn't beg for 50 games. Is that your personal opinion or something you've heard, Craig? Let us know.
It wouldn't be a bad addition. You got to say that.
To go from João Neves and Bruno down to Paulinho.
No, it's a bit unfair on Paulinho. I wouldn't say down. I think there's a quality player there. I think there's a quality player there who'd add extra depth for number 6 and would know his role in the City squad too.
Again, I have no problem with it, but I know what'll happen. We've done this game before. Bellingham and Rice last season, so Nunes and Kovacic, fans have done nothing but criticise Nunes all season. And they were doing it with Kovacic at the start. If you go from Bruno Gomes and João Neves to Paulinho, some fans will go, well, Paulinho, they'll just kill Paulinho off at the knees.
Okay,
This is why I'm not.
We had 1 or 2 bad
I'll go with whatever Pep wants.
Yep.
Haaland off the ball was very good. It was on the ball with his scoring. But this, I mean, you're getting that balance. But Alan told me he was crap. But Haaland did exactly what Alan's been asking him to do today. So this is what I mean. I don't know. Imagine having 10 plus world-class players. God, you really are salty, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Really are salty. Imagine coming in a City channel because your team can't beat City. What to do? Haaland will be on a mission next game. Let's hope so. Martin, would you make any changes to the Tottenham game?
Walker has to start.
What? Yeah, Walker's. I'm gonna. Yeah, Walker. That's my only one. Walker has to start on Tuesday night. 100%. Stones or Diaz, I'm not sure. I'll say that. Again, another 115. We love a better 115. Haaland wasn't expecting such an easy chance. Got flustered, maybe. You couldn't play Diaz against Son on Tuesday night. Depends where Son plays, on the left or because they're not playing Son as a striker at the minute. They're playing him as a left winger. Weird. With Fulham having interest in the past in Phillips, I'm sure a deal could get done for Paulinho from Fulham with a loan to buy Phillips. Would be great business. That's my opinion, not news. Spot on. Thank you for clarifying that, Craig. Appreciate that, mate. The one that's assisted by Cancelo, Josko's was second. That Josko's second goal blew out was so underrated. It's amazing. Where do you think we are now in the title race, Pat? We're 2 games away. We're now top. What are you expecting tomorrow, or do you not give a tiny shit about tomorrow's game?
Let's assume until it happens that Arsenal aren't going to do us any favours. And why should we worry so much? Because I think we've got all the momentum. The players look relaxed. They look fresh. They know what's ahead of them. And I think they know they have the confidence that they can walk away with 3 points in the next 6 points over the next 2 games. The players just look like they're in the right place right now.
All I care about is what City fans feel. I don't care what other fans feel. You're jealous, you're bitter, and you're salty. End of. In 115 makes you cope with your team's being shit. It's not my fault. 115 has not made City the best on the field. 115 doesn't play on the pitch, mate. And you don't know about the system. You don't know about the charges. So back in your box. You probably read it on the back of an Happy Meal box. 19 passes for the first goal on his heading. Yeah, that is a great point, Stephen. That's why I love that first goal. 11 for me, I think, from now on has to be a Man City day from now on.
True, Bree, but Bree, tomorrow is not. Well, tomorrow my time zone is 93:20 day, so that'll always be the Man City day.
Crazy worried about the Spurs games away. Spurs boosted up against Burnley in the late minutes. They were buzzing. Thought Spurs were crap today. Hardy Dragon. Thought they were damn lucky to get over the line. Burnley with a better team in a lot of that game. 115 criminals, thank you. 115 tears from you. You think it triggers us, mate? When we get proven innocent, will you come back in here, Uncle Morgan, and apologise? No, because 115 is an excuse because your team can't beat City. Copium.com. Saeed, how are you, mate? Thank you, mate. Hope you're all right.
It's sad.
How long will before pundits start something for the lack of likes on City YouTube channels? I don't know. It's garbage. It's garbage. KDB's already second all-time assist. Spot on. Cry about it, Uncle Morgan. Exactly. Work for it, boys. Listen, don't even ban them. Keep them in because they're helping our channel. They're helping it. MCFR TV, how are you, mate? Go and like and subscribe over there. Veta was going to join, but he's had a family issue, so he's home alone with the children at the moment. Otherwise, Veta would have helped. Go and give Veta Games a lot of love as well. All the links to City channels are now in the description. Get over there. Show a lot of love over there. Gomez left wing versus West Ham. If the league is won, then no.
Scott Carson in goals if the league is won.
No, we will not do it. When have we ever done that? Scott Carson didn't play at the back end of last season.
We would have won a quadruple then. We would have won a quadruple then, mate. Don't start.
Why am I so triggered? Because you're on our channel taking time out of your day to come in about 115. Getting you excuse. It's not. See, why do you coat at all? Why can't we ever respond? Why when we respond, we're triggered? This is a Manchester City platform. You've come in, others have come in to say 115. They're the ones triggered.
The mentality of a parrot. You say one thing, one thing enough, and they just repeat it. It's fine. Yeah, they're all parrots. Yeah.
What a chance to Kurt staying at the moment. He's rejected two or three contracts, is what I've heard. Michael Grealish back for the Tottenham game. No idea. He's got the bug at the moment. Do you know what's bugging me? That bug's going round. They're having a go of it. Is someone doing something dodgy with our food?
Well, we won the league. We won the league because we were the best at isolating players. So why can't we do it now?
Yeah. Someone said if Bayern Bruno convinces Pep stay longer, get him at all costs. Yeah, that's a pen. I'm way behind him. I'm going to try and catch up on penalties. No, I was being sarcastic, Lazila, because normally when we get a penalty, people say that it's not a penalty and referees have given us them. So I'm double checking that people are okay that was an actual penalty.
Which I can't help but see the irony, because they say, oh, we get given penalties given to us, despite the fact the referees work for the same company that imposed these 115 charges on us. So where do you draw the line on that?
Do me a favor, mods, can you not ban people that say 115? Let them do it. It helps the channel. Stop banning. Listen, if you want to say 115, let them do it. It helps your channel grow.
We're actually encouraging 115 bots to come in, because we seem to love that number. Yeah.
Don't just ban.
Help the channel out, please. It helps us a lot.
Let it go. Let them do it, because it helps your channel chat rate. On Gavario's first goal, it's so sick that a defender can score like that. Grealish should learn from him. Grealish hasn't been able to play in this new system yet. You never walk alone. See, people don't understand it, do they? Elisa, no interest in Elisa whatsoever, make or break. Because it's not about a winger, it's about being a wing back. Our defence has improved a lot over the last 2 months or so. It helps not having Walker on the wing. I thought Walker was actually better today. We have the best attack in the league now. Surprise, surprise. We do. Scored more goals than Arsenal now.
Yeah. The other thing, that's what I wanted to mention about after Gvardiol's goal was he created so many issues down that left-hand side. That did you notice it basically forced, what's his name, Decordova-Reid to come back and play like defense on the right-hand side, and it forced Timothy Castagna to basically move into like a third centre-back. Like we completely, like what he did single-handedly was completely changing one channel of their attack. Basically, it basically shut it down. And then obviously when Walker came in, it just gave for Anthony Robinson no choice as well. So they had to play a lot more through the middle. From once they're 1-0 down, they had to play a lot more through the middle. So it was just going to give us more opportunities.
Yeah. This week, Charlotte, Mike Minay and others, there was 4 reporters yesterday also said, and I got told as well, is that he has said, well, it's not real, he said he's keen on leaving if they get the money. Has to get the money. So he has said it again this week. If nobody leaves, do we need anybody? Yes, because you all need a good squad. Always refreshes. A good manager always refreshes.
What did you say, mate? If you don't move, you go backwards.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you stand still, you're going backwards in football. Bernardo does not whine or complain or Martin. See, I've never said Bernardo. What is this? What's the protection of Bernardo? So this is what triggers me. The Bernardo Silva protection. He's protected more than any other player. I don't get it. I've not said he isn't great. Bloody hell. I would keep the wife but marry another one. This is what I mean. I've not actually said anything bad about him. Have I said anything bad against Bernardo here, Pat? Have I said something people are misconstrued?
Yeah.
I'm honestly
just say, well, Arsenal have no number 9 yet. City just actually passed them in terms of goals scored over a league season so far.
No update on Musiala. Musiala is contracted till 2026 with a kick year till 2027. You're looking at minimum next season for Musiala. He goes nowhere this summer. No need for Bruno. So again, if you don't improve, you're standing still, you're going backwards in football. Bruno G's not City's level in Lazilis. Any updates on Kimmich? Nope. They haven't City scored more goals, but Bruno's wife is a beautiful lady. Whoa, calm down, son. Bring Bruno.
You were just having a go, buddy. You just going on about Harry Kewell's misses. Bloody hell.
Yeah.
It's your channel, ladies and gentlemen.
Remember, it's always your channel. On you. Oi, what was that?
It's always your channel, ladies and gentlemen. It's always your channel.
Who put 50p in the dickhead?
Sorry, is that code for something?
Yeah, he put 50p in you.
I'd rather you didn't.
No, whoa, where are you going with that 50? It's a saying over
No,
there.
the ball's in your court, mate. What are you going on about? Talking code about something absolutely. I don't want to go there. Yeah.
It's a saying. Martin, people are just not hearing everything you say or decide not to. I don't know. I'm coming off here thinking I've crucified Bernardo, and I actually haven't. I don't know what people are wanting me. I haven't had a go at him. I've just said I don't want him to keep saying he wants to leave.
All right, Dimash, I'm on to it 3-1.
3-1. Josko has to be a man of the match. He's going to be one hell of a player. I'd probably like Paulinho over Bruno. Craig Part-time, any updates on Kimmich? You don't care about City, but here you are. Shit for brains. Versus Spurs, play Edison. Left back Josko, Stones, Kanji, Walker, Forward, and KDB, Rodri, Jack, Haaland, Silva. So you've dropped Forward and KDB. So you've dropped Kovacic. But that wouldn't work. So what system are you playing there, FIFA? Paulinho's 28, cost 60+ million. Yeah, his age is a bit of an issue for me. But I know he wouldn't complain, but I don't know. Is Paulinho better than Kovacic, Phillips, or Nunes? In my opinion, yes. It's squad improvements. So I'm joining wouldn't bother me. My idea side would be João Neves as he's young. See, Craig's with me. I am on board. Me, Andrew, and Craig, we're driving this João Neves train.
Excuse me. So was I.
Always you. There you go.
This channel, LB's channel, yeah. I told you, yeah, small sample size, but I saw the guy play live and he really impressed me. Really, really impressed me.
Martin, we all know you got a Zudu ball. I don't know what I've done with Bernardo. 4-3-3. Martin, I don't think people are saying you're saying his shit. I think people are saying he isn't constantly coming out saying he said he loves the clubs. No, my point, Craig, is he said it again this week, which you know he has reiterated. You know that. And he said it every year. I don't need to be told every year, Craig, that he's going. The same way, if I know my missus wants to leave me, I don't need to be told every year she wants to leave me. That's my point. I'm not saying he's doing it every week, but he has done it again this week. That's all I'm saying. I just don't need to be told. I know he wants to leave. I know Alan hates Nunes. I don't need to be told once a week Alan hates Nunes. I know he hates Nunes. That's my point. That's all I'm saying, mate. I'm not saying he's doing it day in, day out. When's Mancunian way collaborating with El Brook?
That's a different sort of OnlyFans in the background, mate.
You're gonna get Bernardo reminds me of Colin Bell, who I was lucky to see play. I never got to see Colin Bell, sadly. Never. Look, Nunes is rubbish. Sell him. Alan's reminding me again he doesn't like Nunes. We know you don't like Nunes. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, drop cover, easy. Easy? I don't think it's easy.
Is there a discussion for Doku starting against Tottenham? Because if you're going to have a player that's going to exploit the high line, Doku would be amazing.
Don't know.
I feel like it's a good shout.
Don't know. Bernardo is going nowhere. Alan's in the know. So Bernardo didn't say shaming himself. That's my point. No, he said it to the club, Charlie. That's my point, and that's what I said. He's reiterated it to the hierarchy. That's what I said. Didn't say he's come out in public. I don't.
To be honest, though, mate, if you've seen his wife's Instagram, you'd suggest that he wants to move to the Brazilian league. She's over in Rio de Janeiro.
One thing I will say, I wouldn't rule out PSG on Bernardo, is what I got told.
I still feel like Madrid will come in at some point.
What I did get told, do not rule out PSG on Bernardo.
Because I just feel like Madrid would do that sort of thing if Barca kept dragging their knuckles. where they'd basically they'd just come in and say, well, if Barcelona are going to fool around, then we're just going to go and take them and just stir up that rivalry between those two clubs a little bit more.
Spot on, Craig. That's what we've been saying here for ages. Bored what Neves. Because I think, like you said it as well, it's more of a timing issue as well. Morning, Alan. I'm just catching up with everyone's comments now. Right, is there anything you want to add on before we move?
No, can't really fault the lads for the performance today. Way more positives and negatives coming out of that. If you do find a negative, please let me know. But yeah, look, guys, I'm really curious to see what happens at Old Trafford. In about 15 hours' time.
Craig's
I think there's a huge. Sorry,
Craig's answered you on Doku.
Yeah, that's a good shout. Yeah. But I think Doku did start when we played him at the Etihad earlier this season, didn't we?
Doku was very good today when he come on.
Yeah, he was really good.
Even though they did try and break his leg. But the point I will say with Doku is I think for the rest of the season, he's better as an impact player.
Yeah. Super solid.
Next season, and then over pre-season, you can build him. Again, it all comes down to what system wants to be next season. Does he stick with the 3-5-2? Does he tweak it? Does he change it? Because the reason Josko Gabardiola has improved is because this role suits him. But it's all down to like your 2 6s, your 2 10s. I just think it's a lot more fluid. There's a lot more movement. There's a lot more pace. Like a very good mate of mine said to me, it's not just about passing for passing's sake. It's about passing with tempo and intensity. And with that first goal was pass, but it was passing with an intent. It was passing with a purpose. It was get that ball quick, bang, 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 goal. So yeah, it is a weird one. It is a weird one. Yeah, and by the way, saying impact's nothing against him. Mate has joined us.
Oh,
hello, mate.
Hello.
We're just about to finish, but I'll let you have the last 5 minutes, mate.
Hey, appreciate it. Shout out to all the blues in the chat viewing. If you haven't hit the like button, please do so. Man, I was listening just before arriving, and I think everybody needs to remember how difficult it is for some of the players to come to the club. Like sometimes it looks easy, sometimes it's difficult, and for some of the maybe lack of patience that's been expressed to a Nunez or Doku, like remember how we talked about Rodri. Honestly, remember it wasn't. He looks.
I didn't. Alan did.
Oh, okay. I'm not pointing fingers. I'm not.
Yeah, you have to realize that your argument's directed at one person.
All right, Alan.
This is meant to be for the fans, not just for one particular person, just because he's a grumpy ass.
Alan, you got to fix up for next year, man. You got to fix up for next year. What up, Blues? I think we have such an amazing team that Martin's mentioned this. We may not really give them their credit until years from now. Like we may not look at what these players have done and give them the proper credit until years from now to see how consistent they've been. Like my last show, I went off on a little bit of a rant, but I was pleading to City fans that were listening, and hopefully they go and check it out. But I was pleading to City fans, let's not take any of this for granted. Let's not take any of this history-making moments. And when I say history-making moments, there's one thing for it to be history-making for us, like for what our club's done, but they're making history for things that haven't been done in the Prem. Like, when you put that in perspective, and sorry, the English League's been around for centuries, right? So when you put that all into context, we've got to just take a step back and just be like, wow, we are living it. So I went, and Martin, I know you keep telling me, I know I'm rambling on for a little bit, but be patient with me.
Ramble away.
I know you've kind of pointed out, Vader, you go on the football tears. Why do you do so? I took a shot today. I took a shot at everyone that wanted to mention about quote unquote historic clubs. I took a shot at all of them and said, listen, you want to point the finger at City and say plastic, fabricated, fake club, whatever you want to do.
I love what you did today, by the way. That was amazing. By the way, can I just explain? Because some people may not have seen it. When a City fan goes on a terrace, super chats get read out. Never happens with any other fan base, this. But a super chat gets put in. Beta, Hamza, whoever, can you name 5 players from Main Road?
Yeah.
And normally I'm like, well, you know, why are you doing this? Beta responded back with.
I just became a fan yesterday, so I'm not going to know anybody from Main Road.
So he played the game.
Mm.
Like the thing that's so comical, right, is they also want to point out the history that their club has made, the history that they've had. But I'm not going to go on there and have a pissing contest to when Manchester City had all of the firsts, right? To point out our first European success, to point out our first FAs. I'm not going to do any of that. You can have your narratives, because what I've realized is it doesn't matter. There could be 5, 10 shows. They could tune into Manchester City shows. Yeah. They can tune into Rivals. Rivals will say it on one day, and they're going to forget about it. So I don't play that game. And another thing, a $5 super chat is not going to make me jump through hoops. I'm not going to perform for you because you paid $5 on a super chat to ask me questions. But
I will. I'm joking.
Vader, you missed the trick. You missed the trick. You should have said I'm a City fan yesterday, and Terry dragged me from off the street onto the show.
I should have. And you know what? That question's not going away.
Mate,
so I'll run that back. But I pointed out how some of these rivals, United fans, Liverpool fans, Arsenal fans, want to point out our past history. So what if we're witnessing the best that our club's done? Like, that's not a slight. To see things that have never been done by our club, because a three-peat has never been done. To see a UCL, not many clubs have won a UCL. But then also at a chance at a 4-peat, these aren't slights. You're not taking a dig. You're not taking a dig at me. I'm not feeling like less of a fan, or you're not degrading my entire Manchester City fan base and everybody that supports the club by saying, "Oh, you're witnessing your history now." It's absolutely ridiculous. So I
look at it, mate, and to me, the reason why I don't do it, look into it, or even put my hand up to do anything, have anything associated with the channels like that, is at the end of the day, it's really just a digital school playground. Yeah. You've got online, you've got a form of online bullying and online sort of mental manipulation.
Said I'm not answering that. I don't care.
Yeah.
Sorry, I appreciate it, but when you've asked me 3 times, I've said I don't care about who the bigger club is.
It doesn't even matter.
So. Yeah, so for me, it's always been like when fans of rival clubs turn around and say like this about the history. The only reason they do that is because they only acknowledge the history of their club because it happened during their existence.
Yeah,
they won't actually look at the records. They won't actually look at their history and say that. Oh, hang on a sec. Wait a sec. Manchester City was winning FA Cups decades before we'd even won big trophies. Hang on a sec. They were the first team to win a European and Cup double, English team to win a European and Cup double, years before anybody else had done it. So it only fits their narrative because it occurred while they were in existence.
Yeah.
The ones that were there who saw it in the 60s, they're either all dead and gone, or they're too humble, or they're too proud to want to go onto a stupid YouTube channel and bloody wax lyrical and carry on about it. So for me, at the end of the day, it is really just a digital school playground, you know. And unfortunately, back in those days, it was hard to sort of escape the school bully. But fortunately, we've got the luxury of being able to shut people down, keep them quiet, know that they just go on there because their life, you know, they've obviously done everything in life that they have to go onto a channel and bloody try and rinse your club just because they know that their club is absolute garbage. So for me, mate, look, they can continue saying what they want, but only because it fits them. It only fits them. It only fits their narrative.
Fellas, can I explain? The thing is with City fans, a lot of them, we're not bothered about who's bigger. Because the thing is, fellas, we know Liverpool are bigger than us. We know United are bigger than us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've never, the Chelsea stuff, we've won more titles on us. But that's, because the trouble is, it's an argument that's so subjective, fellas. You're going to get Chelsea, will say they won 2 Champions Leagues. We've only won 1. We'll say we won more league titles than Chelsea. And you just end up in a vicious circle.
Yeah.
And it never ends because it's like the football's boring comment of that's subjective, because what I think is entertaining, someone else may not think is entertaining.
Yeah.
They might like a sci-fi, etc.
Yeah, the whole tag of like, are you a big club? I think that's very unfair to every fan out there, because any fan of any club, if it means that supporting that club gives their life more meaning, then it's going to be a big club to that fan. They don't care what anybody else says. To them, football might be an escape from the problems that they're having with life and things like that. So if that means that supporting their club makes them a better person, then to them that's always going to be a big club to them. Mm-hmm. And I think it's just a pathetic, stupid discussion that people just want to make to trigger people and open up a can of worms. And that's why I'll never get involved with it. That's why I'll never get involved with it.
Sorry, did Spurs do a lap of honour today?
No.
No, according to Andrew, they did a laptop of honour. So
no,
must have done one online. They did one online.
No, they haven't. It's not the last home. Surely they haven't.
No.
Interesting. Anyway, right. The reason I'm asked about Xabi Simons is I've heard nothing. Elisa, no interest. There is interest in Eze, not Elisa. There's a difference. But interest and bids are very different.
Mm.
So be careful on the Xavi Simons and all that stuff. You're going to get names linked with City now that are agent stuff, because it's now the time of the season where agents are going to push names everywhere. This is a game. What I would say is look at the names and from trusted sources you trust, like, people I know, Craig Party Time, everyone that we know, Andy's got good sources, Blue Tone. Listen to people that you think you trust, Tommy's hairdo, etc. This garbage of him down the other, just let that be. Sometimes it's news, but all I would say is City, when you've been linked with a player continuously, the same player for a number of months continuously, there you go.
So we should get Isco. So we should get Isco this summer.
No, right. Anyway, we are going to end there. I'm sorry it wasn't too long. Yeah, Spurs did a lap of honour. Jesus Christ!
What?
I've forgotten what's coming. They've checked out on Tuesday, haven't they? They've totally checked out doing laps of honour.
That can't be real.
Oh my God.
It is real.
Before we jump, I need to ask Vader, mate, are you doing preseason?
Am I?
I've been meaning to ask you.
Yeah, I'm watching it now. We're gonna lap of.
Wow.
Kids are out and up. What the hell?
Mustn't be allowed to do them on weeknights. Daniel Levy said, you got to get off the pitch straight after 90 minutes midweek. I've got to set the ground up for an NFL game.
I've never seen that. You know what that is? They're expecting City to put the league out of business on Tuesday. This is what, because they know what's coming Tuesday night. They know it's going to be a double celebration.
Wow.
If I'm an Arsenal fan, I'm seething at that point. Why did you want to lap of honour on not the last home game? What's that about?
And by the way, said, look at the last games of the season to get an idea of what's happening with clubs and players.
No, but here's one. This is not a lap of honour like Newcastle do with the players. Their kids are all out there.
Yeah.
Their partners are all out there. Everyone's out there.
Wow.
That is an end of season lap of honour. Oh
wow. Wow.
No, I know what you're saying, Craig. Still embarrassing though. I know they can't do it to school now, but come on. I know what you're saying, Craig, but that's not a good look. That's a Fulham flying kite look. But we'll see. City afternoon. Right. Anyway, City have been amazing today. We've won. We're 21 games unbeaten in the Premier League. 7 or 8 wins on the bounce. We're scoring 4 and 5s in nearly every single game. We're not conceding goals now. I mean, my word. Pat, are we winning the league, mate? Yes or no?
I'll still stick with being quietly confident.
You shitbag. Mate, are we winning the league? Yes or no?
Are you asking me if we win the league on Tuesday?
No, do we win the league? Yes or no?
Yes, yes. In general, we win the league. We win the league.
Arrogant. You didn't say that an hour ago on Judge Bowes. Right. Anyway,
see how he set me up. Everybody in the chat, you see how he set me up.
I knew what you meant. There's a difference between being favourites. I was the one with the chest. I was the one like, yeah, we're winning 5 in a row.
It's all right, Vader. Martin's always been known as the master Vader.
Yeah. Pat, when are you over? I'm ignoring him. Pat, when you over this week? What day do you arrive in?
If we don't win the league at Spurs, I should be over about the 16th or 17th. If we do win the league at Spurs, it'll probably be a day later because I'm sure a few of us Sydney Blues will be having post-work. No, I'm sure we'll be having some post-work drinks, so I'll be looking forward to that. Yeah.
I was hoping you'd be in this week.
Why is that?
We may be back live tomorrow, depending on the Arsenal score. And when LB goes, because hopefully I'll be on LB's then, if I'm invited. On the panel, if he does one. I know he's out tonight. When I texted him, he was 5 beers in already. Next week,
he's earned it, mate.
On Tuesday, we will be live post-match, no matter what. There may even be a watch-along, depending on the time. I am recording something on Tuesday daytime. Won't be for the Mancunian way. It'll be somewhere else. But I am recording something that will be a lot of fun. No, it won't be a lot of fun. I'm dreading it.
Oh, so it's not outside your chippy?
No.
Oh, okay.
All will be explained next week because it's not my place to say when, how, when.
Okay.
Just, it's on another City channel. It'll be a lot of fun. Martin's going to suffer. That's all you need to know. Enjoy. See you soon. Get over to Beta Games TV. Let's get him to 1,000. Pat, we'll see you over there.
Thanks for having me on.
Please smash that like on the way out. It's not a celebrity thing. Sections kind of got it. Twat. Sections got it. Yes, section. Yeah. Anyway, see you on the other side. Take care. I won't be on post on Tuesday. I won't get home till 5 a.m. Oh, you going down to you going to Spurs? Save trouble. And anyone traveling back, oh, you're probably home by now. Save travels from Fulham. You did the boys proud. Best away fans in the country. You'll do the same on Tuesday night. Let's go. Let's go. Take care, all. We'll see you on the next one.
Thanks, everyone.
And sit there. One finger on the 4P. Bye, all.